think one of the funniest things about YouTube videos right now, for official sus, for this content, this page, is I now make YouTube videos for a living, for other people, for clients. I do video work. It's fun, it's a great time, but man, making videos for my own channel and official sus is, it's tough. So, sorry about the lack of content, guys. I promise more stuff's coming. I have a ton of stuff like I'm working on right now to make videos for, like the drawer system and a few other secrets that I'm not really going to share right now, but it'll be super exciting. But yeah, today I wanted to talk about something closer to home because of what I just encountered. And if you follow me on Instagram, you know what happened. But my alternator dying sucked. So today I want to have a chat, which is weirdly a controversial topic: preventative maintenance. What should you do in preventative maintenance? What is preventative maintenance versus, catastrophic failure maintenance? What the heck? So really what I want to talk about was not how to do your alternator. If you want a video on that, I'll link one below that I followed when I changed my alternator. If you know me and you've seen this channel, you know I'm not a very mechanical person. I'm just kind of figuring stuff out as I go. Alternator was super easy. Just make sure you have the right tools and follow the video, and it's pretty easy. It took me altogether maybe like an hour and a half, 2 hours, because I did not have the right tools. So it was a lot of me running to Lowe's, running to AutoZone to get the right tools, but I got some cool tools, so that's exciting. Okay, so preventative maintenance is the idea of swapping something, replacing something before you actually need to, if that makes sense. So in my case, there's 2 times to replace the alternator, right? Before catastrophic failure or after catastrophic failure. Anything before catastrophic failure is preventative maintenance, right? It's replacing something or doing something in the action of the purpose of making sure you don't have a catastrophic failure later. Timing belt, for example, is the prime example. I already kind of talked about this in the video about timing belts, but it is the prime example of preventative maintenance, right? You don't do your timing belt after it's shot. You do it before as a preventative measure to make sure your truck runs. So for some reason, people are kind of weird about preventative maintenance, at least what I've seen in the forums and the groups and all that stuff. Kind of my end all, too long didn't read. Why? Just do preventative maintenance. I thought about doing my alternator when my time belt went out, and when I had my time belt replaced. I thought about doing my alternator, because if you've seen how you do your timing belt, you actually have to remove and take the alternator off its little thingy thing to get to your timing belt cover. So I was, in my head, I'm like, maybe I should just have them replace the alternator. So I posted it, asked it in the group. Everyone was like, no, don't replace your alternator. Just replace your alternator when it dies. Like, that seems like a stupid idea. But did a bit of research, and it turns out when alternator does die, usually you get some kind of warning before, whether it's weird noises or your voltage is kind of running odd, maybe your headlights aren't working, whatever, right? Like there's supposed to be some kind of telling that your alternator is dying. Well, I decided I had some family in town last weekend, and for my daughter's birthday, so we're all hanging out. We ended up going to my favorite sushi place. If you're in Washington, it's Trappers. It's my favorite place ever. Ended up going there. Truck was running great. Get there, ate dinner, was there for like 2 hours, and then when we were leaving, got in the truck. First thing I noticed was the battery symbol, which in my head I was like, great, that's the alternator. I know I have a fresh battery in here. The only reason that wouldn't be charged is if the alternator didn't do its job on the way up here. So sure enough, driving home, and all of a sudden my lights start to kind of go crazy, and I'm like, it's gonna die. And in my head, I've jump started cars before. I'm like, as long as the car starts, you'll run fine. We were about 20 minutes from the house, so I made the call, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go park somewhere and see what's up before I keep going on this freeway. So pulled off. Ironically, found a AAA building. It wasn't even for AAA stuff. It was for their travel. I don't know. But anyways, pulled into the parking lot, and sure enough, truck. No, sorry. I actually turned the car off. I jump started the truck, got it running for a little bit, started revving it, and noticed my lights are flickering. My rev was like, rah, 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 rah. Sounded terrible, and then all of a sudden, truck died. So I personally didn't actually think that my truck would turn off completely if the battery died. So it's kind of scary to think that if I would keep going on the freeway, I would have just been driving and then all of a sudden had a dead truck. But yeah, so the point of all that, and the point of that story, was that was best case scenario, right? I pulled into a parking lot. I was in a safe place. I luckily was able to get the truck towed. I was able to get a ride home. I didn't have any issues there. I was able to jumpstart the truck multiple times on my second battery on another car. And I was able to kind of determine it was the alternator right when that battery logo popped up. But the point of this whole story and everything I'm telling you is, what if that wasn't the worst case scenario or the best case scenario? Like, what if, like, I don't know, I was out in the middle of nowhere, which I normally am by myself, right? Like, I like to do these little solo trips I do. I don't go anywhere, you know, remote, but I usually am out of cell service, and there's usually not a lot of people around me. Not that far, I'm about an hour away, but still, like, if that would have happened in that case scenario, or I'm on the freeway and my truck dies, right? Like, I lose power steering, I lose power braking, I lose a lot of functionality that I depend on my truck to be safe. I lose airbags, I lose... So the point in case is, preventative maintenance should be more of a priority than it is. Things, even like your transmission, things like alternators, things like batteries, things that you can kind of see and your truck really relies on, just get it done. Preventative maintenance isn't, you know, it shouldn't be a taboo topic. If you know your truck, and if you think it's running funny, get it looked at, get it fixed, and do preventative maintenance. I don't know why it's a weird topic, but yeah, I mean, let me know what you guys think below. But this was a quick little video. Again, working on some more stuff. Hopefully working on some trips soon. I gotta get rid of this tent. I gotta redo this thing. I'm switching my battery systems. That'll be fun. Yeah, a lot coming, guys. But yeah, make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't. I'm gonna vacuum this. I think that's a good idea. A nice little steam vacuum. But see you guys in the next one. Later.